Thanks for staying with us. Today's world is very interesting. Everything has evolved and is continuously changing at a very fast pace. I dare say even the way children are being raised in these times is different. A few questions come to mind. Are parents of today struggling? What do we carry on and what do we let go of from the way we were brought up? Considering the many factors that influence parenting in the 21st century. Well, we have a guest in the studio that can help answer these questions and more. He's a pastor, life coach, husband, and somewhat of a relationship expert. He has authored several books, all bordering on relationships. And one of such books is Raise Them Right, Simple Ways to Purposefully Train Your 0 to 12-year-old Kids. Harrison Edward,
hello.
You are welcome to 700 Club Nigeria.
Thank you.
So good to have you here.
My pleasure.
You know what? We were watching a video about a pastor who learned sorcery at a young age and who was also in church at a young age. And something struck me. Why did he pick sorcery as against picking the way of the church?
Okay, so the Bible says that foolishness is in the heart of a child. Discipline will drive it out. So most times where discipline is not in place, you will see that the children tilt towards the foolishness part of it. So that's why children naturally would just go towards what is bad, what is not good, and stuff like that.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. That's why the Bible says use the cane sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't spare the rod.
Yeah.
So your book, the book, an interesting title. Tell us why you wrote it.
Okay,
what's it about?
I've been writing on relationships,
okay.
Right? Marriage, relationship, dating, and I do a lot of counseling. What I began to realize was the fact that when these people get married, they come back with another set of problems, which is parenting. Many people don't even know what to do. People prepare for birthing their children, so they buy everything that the children need when they're birthing them, but they don't prepare for raising them. They don't even think they needed to prepare for raising them. So I thought, okay, so one of the first things we did was we included in our counseling program, parenting. Then I decided, okay, why not write a book so that I can help new parents go through this book and at least have some kind of knowledge whilst trying to raise their children.
Okay, so like what are some of the unique challenges you have encountered, as in heard from parents?
Time. There's no time.
Time for the kids?
For the kids, yes. Okay. Parents today are busier. Pursuing ends meet. I mean, things are not as easy as it was 30 years ago.
Both parents are working.
Both parents have to work. So most parents don't know what to do in terms of balancing career and taking care of their kids. So that is the major challenge that a lot of parents are facing.
Oh, okay. So what do you advise?
So it's going to be deliberate. It's going to be more difficult today because you don't have all the time. So parenting now must be deliberate. You must put structure in place that will help you raise these children. Even though you're not there 24 hours, if you're there 12 hours, if you're there, say, 8 hours, what happens to the remaining time? What am I going to put in place in the remaining time that will help these children?
Absolutely. Makes sense. Like you wake up this time, you read your book this time, you do this time.
You put all the structure in place.
Okay.
What it does is it helps you, it balances for the time that you're not available.
Fantastic. So we live in a crazy world, in crazy times actually.
Yeah.
How do we balance the old school ways with the new school ways? Considering that we had the way we were brought up, and then this generation is like the jet age. They have their way. How do you marry the two?
It has always been my opinion that raising children is either right or is wrong.
Okay.
So no matter the time, no matter whether it was old school, most of the ways our parents raised us was not even the right way.
Why do you say so?
Yeah, because there were a lot of abuses, a lot of things. I knew people, we grew up together. We grew up in the barracks, you know, and they grew up to be criminals.
Wow.
Because when the parents were punishing them, the father would punish them with tear gas.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So they became very hardened.
Harsh.
And then when they grew up, it's part of their lives. So raising a child, it's about knowledge. So it's not so much about new school or old school. It's about the right kind of knowledge. I need to raise this child. God gave me this child, and I need to raise the child in the next 18 years. What do I have to do?
Amazing, amazing knowledge. I was going to ask you a question, but what you just said like hits the nail on the head. Knowledge.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes every child is different, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So knowledge helps you teach.
Yeah. So what?
know how
For
to
instance,
deal with-
knowing your child.
Yeah.
My first daughter is different from my second daughter. They don't act alike.
Yeah.
My first daughter, with just a frown, she's crying. My second daughter, with threaten, she's still looking at you like, are you going
She's
to?
hard.
Yeah, she's harder. So the way I deal with my second daughter is different from the way I deal with my first daughter. It's knowledge. If I don't know, I would deal with them the same way and get bad results.
I feel you, I feel you. So for a parent who has a troublesome child, what would you advise?
So I believe that a child, the best time to raise a child, to put whatever it is you want to put within a child, is between the age of 1 and 12.
Okay.
After that time, it's very difficult. So it depends on the age of this child. If the child is still below 12 years, it means that you need to get your training right. Because a lot of people equate punishment with discipline.
Which is not
It's
necessarily
not the
truth.
same. One of the things I did early with my children was to teach them. I didn't wait for them to make a mistake, then spank them. I taught them that, for instance, if they carry a glass cup,
Yeah.
I tell them, careful, hold it carefully. I don't wait for them to go
break
out there and break it, and I pick my cane and spank them. So I did that continuously until they knew that if you hold a glass cup, you hold it carefully. So you teach the child,
What to
not
do.
necessarily wanting to always spank the child for wrongdoing. So when you do that regularly, you have put most of the things you need to put. So if that child is below 12, it means that you have to get your teaching right. If the child is above 12, then I think you need to talk to maybe a specialist or a counselor.
Fantastic. It's been so good talking to you.
Thank
I've
you.
learned a lot, and I'm sure our viewers have also learned so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
on the
having me.
show. God
Thank you.
bless you. Well, it's been an exciting, inspiring, interesting chat. We'll be right back.